All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Pro Wrestling Society podcast. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the latest Lucha Underground episode, and wow, this episode was much better than the other ones that I've seen. I'm surprised, actually. Um, I thought the haunted house match was corny. The whole concept was just very bad. It's just corny. It wasn't cool at all. It was just trash. But as far as the match itself, it got pretty violent, especially when Katrina trash talk. What's her name? Melissa, and then she bashed her head with glass and stuff, and it was crazy. Um, that was out of the ordinary. But other than that, it's like the match between Mil Muertes and the Mac was pretty uneven. Like we all know that Mil Muertes was going to win. Let's just not let's not front. We all know that he was going to beat the crap out of the Mac. So it was bloody, and that was it, pretty much. I didn't like. I thought that match. It was just a way for fans to have an excuse to watch Mil Muertes beat the crap out of somebody. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't really feel like a an even match. So, but it was entertaining nonetheless. The other match between the I don't know. I didn't care about the other match. I skipped it. Skipped a couple of them. Now the match between Pentagon Dark and Cage, that was my match. That was crazy. That was that was unbelievable. That was like the best match they ever had of all the matches they ever had. Um, it wasn't perfect. I'll admit that. There was still a lot of flaws. There's still a lot of stuff that could have been done better. But that was crazy. Like Cage, right off the bat, right after the start, takes a bottle and just rakes it across his forehead and makes him bleed and stuff and and then just bashes him with it in the head and stuff with his fists and other stuff and chairs and stuff and it was getting real crazy, just bashing him against stuff, and it was getting real wild, out of control. Um, and then it just went back and forth, and just looking at Pentagon, the stuff he did to Cage, that was, oh man, that was just brutal, with the chair shots and the pile drivers to the table and stuff, and they were going all out. Um, and even when Pentagon got cut open, he was like, he did the Pentagon driver and whatnot, and then he was like, "See," and then just bashing his head with his fist and whatnot, making him bleed even more. Like not giving a f about himself, not caring about what happened. What that was unbelievable. Trying to get the energy from the crowd, and they just kept going at it. I mean, the part that really got to me was how Cage just, he picked him up, and then he just put him in the top rope, and then they both went into a pile driver, all like flipped over like 3 times, and boom, landed on his head, and just I thought Pentagon was out for good because he just was laid out, like he was like all delirious and just dazed, confused, and all that stuff. That was just crazy. He barely could get up. But what I liked most about the match was how Pentagon had a strategy. You know, he was trying to wear him down constantly, trying to um yeah, pretty much trying to wear him rather than wait like most wrestlers do, rather than wait in the back after doing one move, one, he keeps going because he knows that Cage is at an advantage. He's bigger than him, he's stronger than him, has more pain tolerance than him. So it only makes sense for him to wear him down and keep attacking until he can't attack him anymore. And that's good on his part. But wow, this match was just unbelievable, especially the part when Pentagon stacks up the parts, the chairs, I mean, stacks them up like he used to, like he did in the past, and just tried to pile drive Cage through it, and it actually worked, but still couldn't take Cage down. And then it got to a part when craziest part was when he just did his move, his finisher on Cage, and then decided to take it a step further and say, you know what, I'm just gonna break his arms, and that way he can't get up. And that's exactly what he did. He was trying like, because I was expecting him to do that like at the end of the match, but no, he did it during the match, and not just one arm, but both of them. And just hearing that crunch sound, that snapping sound, like like oh god, that just had me like going crazy looking at that. Oh, it looked like he enjoyed doing that too because he was licking the blood off of his face and whatnot and stuff. And but that took a lot of energy out of them both, which was unbelievable. Like, and then he just bashed his head against the cinder block, and that was it. Cage was done. And I'm not gonna spoil the rest for you because that's up to you to figure out. But gotta watch this match. But that was pretty much the only match I liked so far. So, um, but I did not like the bleeding, the when he cuts him open. I think that he really should have done that later in the match because that's how you build more drama to it. Like, don't go straight for the blood. Make it more brutal. Because like there has to be like a natural build up to things. Don't just throw it out there. And and I didn't like how they just went back and forth with the moves. It felt like everything was going too fast for that type of match. For those, like I said before, those types of matches need to be more slower paced. Um, can't be too fast paced, or it'll just ruin it in a way. So that's my thoughts on it. That's my opinions. What about yours? I'd like to know yours in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.